All right, everybody, I have got a good one for you today, so pay attention. So, one of the questions I always ask agents when I'm coaching, I'm training, I'm helping, and they're struggling. One of the questions I ask is if you now this is only if I've already found out that they live in a neighborhood, whether it's a condo, townhome, or but they own the home, they live in a neighborhood. Are you farming your neighborhood? And I generally get the response, no, right? And then my next question is, why? Right? And usually it comes down to maybe not knowing how, don't have systems, hadn't figured it out. So, what we want to do today is number one, figure it out, expose you to the systems, and then make you a neighborhood farming expert. Like you are 6 months away from dominating your neighborhood. I'm going to show you some stuff today, and we're going quick, guys. I don't want this to be a 35 friggin' minute video. I want this to be just concentrated freaking marketing genius. And I want you guys to see this. And hopefully, if I do my job correctly, you guys are going to start farming your own freaking neighborhoods, right? So let's talk about the psychology of farming. Most of you are getting direct mail right now from agents who are all saying, "Hey, would you like a home evaluation link?" Or, "Hey, did you know 2 homes sold near you at record prices? Are you thinking of selling your home? Hey, blah blah blah. Our team sold 1 trillion homes last week, and we'd love to sell." Right, all the same bull crap, right? And what's happening is homeowners are now getting these things and they're throwing them away. So you have to pattern interrupt. You need to go and tell the story of what makes you different. So if you're farming your neighborhood, number one, what makes you different? I live here. Guys, I'm passionate about our neighborhood, right? You need to convey that. I am the local neighborhood realtor. I not only live here, I'm a realtor. I know the property values. I'm watching what's going on in the neighborhood. I'm fully aware of what's going on with HOA. So, guys, if you want to have a conversation with me, let's have that conversation and I will give you the information you want, right? This is the neighborhood expert. That's number one. Number two, you have to come across as not, "Hey, I want to list your home, call me, but hey, I am your neighbor. Let's talk. Let's have this dialogue." Now, once that's established and you've got that understanding, then you have to have the ability to get their information, right? So, why do I think direct mailing your neighborhood monthly is the best option for you? Now, you can door knock and you can do all of that. If a realtor in my neighborhood door knocks my door, I'm probably not going to receive it very well. This is just me. I'm not telling you not to do it. And if I start getting phone calls, and if somebody calls and says, "Hey, Kelly, this is Sally. I live over on Soupy Doopy Street, right behind you. Just wanted to call and introduce myself. I'm not only your neighbor, I'm a realtor." I'm probably going to hang up, right? I'm not against cold calling, but guys, if there's a better way to do it, and understand we're talking long-term sustainability, then wouldn't you want to do it? And I know for a fact, most of you listening right now will never pick up a gosh darn phone call or phone and start cold calling. I know you won't. Hey, is the ninja being truthful? Stop the video right now, pause it, and answer this question. Here's the question. Are you committed to cold calling hundreds and hundreds of people a day? Pause the video and answer the question. All right. Most of you probably said, heck no, right? So what are you going to do? How are you going to get your message to them? Well, I'm going to show you what I've done and I've created, and it's really killer, right? But the first thing that we need is data. So I'm going to share my screen and I want to show you what I'm doing to get my neighbors information, right? And the process that we're going to use is email and direct mail. And we're going to do this consistently. Now, I'm not talking an email every day, one email a week. And these emails are not going to be the normal emails like, "Hey, I'm a realtor. Do you want to list your home?" It's going to be chock full of community information. And then thirdly, we're going to talk about at the end of this, creating a standalone Facebook page for your neighborhood. And it's not going to be the traditional buy, sell. It's going to be everything related to your neighborhood, photos of your neighborhood, photos of the park, photos of the clubhouse. It's going to be neighborhood information like monthly updates to HOA. Then it's going to go out of your neighborhood and say, "Hey, Granite Bay subdivision, did y'all know that in Hoopy Doopy City, there's going to be a barbecue festival? Make sure to get your tickets. I've dropped a link on our Facebook page." That's the kind of Facebook page you're going to create. And you're going to use direct mail to get a card or a letter in front of all your homeowners and provoke them to join that group that you created it for them. And it's only for people in their neighborhood. And it's more than just a neighborhood Facebook page, right? So as you get people on that page, now you can go to that page and start directly talking to them. You see where I'm going with this? So we're talking about a multiplicity of marketing layers, right? One more thing, and then I'm going to share my screen. How pissed are you when you leave your house on a Saturday morning to go show homes to a buyer, say the next town over, and you're out for 4 or 5 hours? You come home, you're tired. It's later Saturday afternoon. It's your quote spouse's day off, and you're out showing homes. And as you're driving down your street, another agent has put a sign from another broker 3 doors down, coming soon. Does that piss you off? Well, let's stop this insanity. Now, the only reason why that homeowner put that agent sign in their yard is they didn't know you existed. Well, we got to change that. And guys, do you know you're 6 months away from literally generating listings and sales in your neighborhood? And do you also know that if you start getting listings in your neighborhood, it's going to cascade and you're now going to be the dominant player and every other listing is buying a house? Oh man, you see where I'm going with this? All right, let's start with where to find the leads. Now, guys, I'm going to show you what I do. You do what you want to do. There's plenty of lead generators out there. I will tell you this: the two systems that I use, if you're interested, I've got free trials for both of them. Look below, do what I do, or see what I do and go figure it out. But for God's sake, do your own farming for your own neighborhood. All right, let's go into MyPlus leads. And this is where I grab a lot of data, foreclosures, expireds, FSBOs. But let's talk about neighborhood farming. So here's an example of a neighborhood right here, right? And let's say I live in this neighborhood and I want to farm the heck out of this neighborhood. I'm going to basically draw a section around this neighborhood, and I'm going to grab it. Right. And guys, it tells me there's 487 addresses in this neighborhood. Right. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say, I don't want condos because there is a condo after kind of close. I don't want to deal with, I was single family homes in my neighborhood. And I'm going to go ahead and do non-owner occupied and occupied because the data is going to give me both the subject property's address and the homeowner, his address where he lives, so I can be reaching out to him or her or them, right? And then down here, I'm going to hit this probability. Now, guys, first thing I'm going to do is download this entire list because I'm going to send for $200. I can send them a card a month. That's cheap. That's $2,400 a year. Pick up one listing and you've tripled your money, right? But there's two lists that I'm going to draw. So I'm going to generate this list. I'm going to download it. I'm going to call that my neighborhood. So let's say my neighborhood's Granite Bay. Granite Bay Farm 1. Then I'm going to go back into here and I'm going to generate a second list of the highest probable intent to sell. They're going to get a little different message from me. So the first list of 487, this is where I'm just going to be sending out really cool information during the month. It'll have a snippet about me. It'll probably have a QR code where they can get a free ebook or a video from me. I'm definitely going to do a free video each card about what's going on that month, either in the neighborhood or in our community, so they can be in the know. And on that video, I'll probably say, and by the way, we had 2 homes that listed, or 1 home that listed and sold. It listed for this much, it sold for that much. Just wanted you guys, it's just a very good way for people to start looking forward to your videos, and you can put it on a QR code. All right. So I'm going to download this list, and now I own it. And I'm going to upload that to my Mailbox Power, which is the direct mail company I use. And I'm going to automate and send them a card a month, right? That's list number 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and come down here to probability of sales. Now, I'm not going to tell you how this works. Just trust me on this. Watch what happens to this number. I'm going to tell the software, I only want people that statistically and probability wise are listing in the next 12 months. So out of 487, it's found 54 homeowners that have some significant buying activity online and search activity. And this software says these are the 54 people that are very similar to the people that sold in the last 12 months as far as their internet searches. So now I have 54 people. I'm going to download that list. They're going to get a significantly different direct mail from me, right? And it's going to be more of a, hey, here, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Going to be getting direct mail from me and probably an email once a month. And by the way, guys, when I download these lists, 80% of this data, and I'm not going to show it to you because YouTube doesn't like us to do that, and I agree. But when I download that list, I'm going to have everything. It's going to even tell me if they're on the do not call list. I'm going to have email. I'm going to have everything to start multi-layered marketing campaigns, right? But there we go, guys. 2 different lists. Now, once you have a list, what are you going to do? Here's where my neighborhood farming is different. And by the way, the cards that I'm going to show you, if you get Mailbox Power, I'm giving them to you for free. Just edit them. And another thing, I use Canva a lot to create some really cool cards and then upload those to my Mailbox Power. But that's for another video. So here is an example of the first card, right? So let's look at it in more detail. So it's going to say, what is happening at the reserve at Lake Ridge? If I live here at Reserve and get this card, I'm already going to be like, what is this? This is my name. I took a picture of the sign of the neighborhood with my phone. And so anybody that gets this card, it's really more personal to them now. It's the neighborhood, right? And then I'm going to have their name placed on every card I send out. So the software at Mailbox Power, once you upload the list, it'll have a first name and last name. It'll pull that name automatically for the card. Hey, my name is, and I am not only a Lake Ridge homeowner, I'm also a real estate agent, right? Look out for my postcards every month. I will be sending news about our incredible community. So I'm not even hitting them on the first card with, do you want to list your home? I'm saying, hey, I'm your neighbor. I'm a realtor. And guess what? Now I want them to anticipate my next card. Look out because I'm going to give you some great information on our neighborhood. The back of the card. Jim, scan the QR code for a brief video on what's happening in our community as well as local community updates. I will do monthly updates to include the following: new neighborhood listings, what homes sold for and for how much, yard sale news, updated HOA news, and local community city events. Call me, my, whatever. Here's the disclaimer. Now, if you would like to know more information on the current value of your home, just text me and I will create a personalized home equity report for you. So there's my first little kind of subliminal pitch if they want to know what their home's worth. And I don't say home value, I say home equity. And then here's the game changer, guys. And let me show you something. I've been wanting to do this. I'm going to change the color of this and let's go this way. There we go. Join our new community Facebook group at facebook.com. Now, I haven't created this yet, but what I'm saying to you is create your Facebook group. And there might already be a Facebook group for your neighborhood. So call it something else. Maybe facebook.com/living in Lakeview, right? Whatever. Create that group. And on every card you send out, point them to join that group. And then use that Facebook group not as a way for you to continually beg for listings, but as a way of building trust as not only a local resident that cares about the neighborhood, but as a realtor who's got their best interest. All right. So let me save the card. Now, the next card that goes out is this one right here. And let's just take a look. And by the way, most of my cards have pretty much the same content on the back. It'll change on card 3 or 4 a little bit, but I'm not trying to be hyper in their face. I just want them to know who I am. So here's the next card, right? And let's take a look at it. So what I did is I used Canva. Now this is my baby dog right here. I walk that dog all over this neighborhood. So people in the neighborhood know who I am. They know this dog because my dog is absolutely beautiful. And I get them stopping me all the time wanting to pet Romeo. I tell them his name is Darth Romeo, right? So what I did is I took that picture of me and I added my dog. Again, why? Psychology. Instead of them throwing this card when they get it away, they're going to say, hey, that's that guy and that's that dog. And there's our subdivision. What's this card say? Hey, Jim, it's Kelly, your neighbor and Lake Ridge realtor. Check out my monthly update on the reserve at Lake Ridge. And on the back of it, I'll have another QR code. Now, that QR code will be a different video. And by the way, I do not take this personal farm and automate it because every month I'm going to leave myself a note to get the next card sent to the neighborhood. But I'm going to be changing the QR code to the video for that particular month because there's going to be different community events and might be some different HOA events. There might be some other things. And then there might be another home or two that sold in or near our subdivision I want them to be aware of, right? So that's the second card. Here's the third card. Now we're going to get a little bit more intrinsic. What's happening, neighbor? There's my dog again. Everybody knows that dog. The reserve at Lake Ridge. Again, it's the place that we live. Hey, now the third month, now I'm saying, are you thinking of selling your home in the next 12 months? This is a 5x7 that has 4 panels and it's got really great information on it. So that would be that card. And then here is the fourth card. Hey, Jim, as Lake Ridge's resident realtor, I am passionate about our community. Here's some ways I'm different. And then I've got some really cool things here. There's another picture or sign. And on the back of it, it's more information about our neighborhood, community events, blah, blah, blah. And then the last card in the series looks like this. Hello, what's happening, neighbor? Jim, thinking about selling this year? My variable listing commission helps you profit more. My name is, and I'm a resident of Lake Ridge and a full-time realtor. If you want to chat about our community or pick my brains about home values in Lake Ridge, just call me. And on the back of it, again, the local community update, the pitch to join our Facebook group, and so forth and so on. So let's recap this. if you're not farming your neighborhood, do it immediately. If you want access to these leads, how and literally guys on that MyPlus leads, I not only suggest farming your neighborhood, go find 4 or 5. And instead of farming the other neighborhoods, everybody, just in your neighborhood, you want everybody to get a card from you. But in the other neighborhoods, use the software to take the 500 or 600 homes and bring them down to the top 40 to 70 homes that statistically are selling this year. Bring your marketing budget down, but get your marketing into the hands of the right client and start mailing them monthly. Guys, this is how you are going to get yourself into a position to not only list homes, but have a lot of buyers that you're going to work with. So that's it, guys. Below the video, I'll give you a 30-day free trial to MyPlus Leads. Go start getting neighborhood stuff, man. Get your leads. I'll give you a 14-day trial to the pro membership on Mailbox Power. Once you sign up for it, I will give you all 70 of my done for you cards, including this neighborhood card. On this card, all you have to do is change out the picture to your picture, change out my information, your information, and make sure that your QR code is updated monthly. Do whatever you want, but you can edit my cards. The template's there. Just edit it to make it personal to your neighborhood. I'll give them to you, right? Over 9 different niches you're going to get from me. And that's on the free trial. But guys, if anything, if you're not doing what I just shared with you, this is the most inexpensive way for you to dominate your neighbor that I have ever seen. So what can you do right now? You can start cold calling your neighborhood if you want, if that's your game. The MyPlus Leads will give you their information, or you can do what I do, and that's passive aggressive. That's where you're sending information out. And guys, if you start doing this, you're going to literally be walking down the street and people are going to stop. Sorry about that. I hit my desk. People are going to stop you and go, "Hey, I just got your," it happens to me all the time, right? So what do you guys think? A totally different approach to geo farming neighborhoods that works. And it gives you an advantage, an unfair advantage over every other real estate agent, because you're not farming them with that incessant, do you want to list? Do you want to list? It subliminally puts that in there, but you're giving massive value. I can't wait to hear your comments. Drop it below. Let me know your thoughts. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.